Right then, guys, I'm finally doing it. Welcome to CP Carpentry Podcast.
First ever podcast, mate. What an honour.
I think I'm going to split this into like loads of little segments so that I don't chew everyone's ears off. How do you feel about that?
Well, you are known for waffling.
I am known for waffling.
And this is all about waffling.
Right, guys, let's get into it. I'll stop that and I'll start that again. I will stop this one and start this one again. Just because if I have to edit any more than like 10 minutes, it becomes a pain in the ass.
Loads of processing.
Loads. Not so much processing. It's just when I come to the editing, my software physically can't handle more than 15-minute clips. So it takes it and breaks it for me.
Right. I'm with you.
Yeah, life in our generation versus this generation are worlds apart, aren't they?
Yeah. I think whatever, I have kids and a family, I'm going to try my best to avoid screens as much as I can. And try and have your kids a proper wholesome childhood of digging up stuff in the garden and going out on their bikes and stuff like that.
Not breaking bones, hurting themselves, but
of course,
experiencing life, bruises, scratches, cuts, and not nicely wrapped in like bubble wrap. Yeah. It's like, obviously we're going to have to accept that the world's changed, but I'll give you a scenario that like really grinds. Well, it doesn't grind my gears. It's just like, what am I doing wrong? I'm like, what in what world is this possible? And obviously today it's possible. Situation, I'm stood at some fireworks in November on a cold night. So everyone's got their phone out, everyone's videoing. 3 kids beside me, every single one of them have got a newer phone than me. Yeah. And they're probably, how do the schools work now? It's like primary school, secondary school. They're probably still in secondary school. And they've got newer phones than me. Yeah. Makes me dread being a parent. I ain't going to be able to afford that. Not with my village life.
Yeah, 3 iPhone 16s on a monthly contract. That would be £200, please. Yeah.
Talk about 5-minute commutes. I'm going to have to do 5-hour commutes.
Yeah. You needed
8-hour days. I'm going to have to do 16-hour days.
Yeah. Working abroad.
Yeah. Commute that far abroad. In a different currency.
I speak to some people who do, like they work away. It doesn't have to be in another country, but they'll be on my job and they're staying in a hotel or whatever Monday to Friday, and they go back on weekends. I couldn't do that personally. Like, it doesn't matter how much you want to pay me.
You just want to return to base at the end of the day.
Yeah, like family, your own home, like that sort of stuff's important, I think.
Definitely, mate. Definitely. I can see it being okay in stints, you know. Yeah. If like for 1 month you went away and you stayed away, and then you had like 2 weeks off, then went away or something. Yeah. So you was continuously paid.
You want to take the family to Florida. All right. So I want to earn a bunch of money so I can have that experience with my kids and have the memories and all that. Okay, I'll work a month away in Norway on a data center, earning really good money, and then when I come back, I can pay for a holiday for the family. That makes sense to me.
It's justifiable, ain't it?
Yeah, but if I'm just going to earn money for it to sit in the account and
you do nothing with it,
or whatever, well, it has its advantages to have money in your account, but still, I'd rather have time, which I can't buy back.
Yeah, mate. Time and freedom, I call it. Freedom is my currency around everything.
Yeah.
I'm massive for freedom.
Freedom to do...
My man Liam knows how much I love my freedom.
Yeah. Freedom to do...
Liam hears about how I get asked to do things and customers text me and they're like, oh, well, I'll pay you this. And I'm like, sorry, you're not hearing me politely. No.
Yeah.
And Liam's like, and no doubt, probably you would. But people offer like not even big money, but just more money than what I charged in the village.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, honestly, it's not about the money for me. Like I couldn't care less. I leave my house at 8 o'clock and I get back in my door at 4 o'clock, if not sooner.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't even go out the door at 8 o'clock. Sometimes I'm in the bedroom or in the office and I'm just video editing, trying to upload on YouTube.
Yeah. How's YouTube going for you?
Yeah, I was just thinking to myself, YouTube's another subject. YouTube for me, honestly, is brilliant because on one hand, I really don't care about the money. I actually enjoy editing. I enjoy talking to the camera. I enjoy the community that I've created on Discord. If you haven't joined Discord, go to the top of the channel, click for more, scroll down, there's PayPal, blue with 2 P's, PayPal, that's the top link. Have you heard of PayPal? Anyway, there's more than PayPal on there. There's Discord on there, and yeah, I've built a community. But I don't wish for anyone to pay me to do this or send me money. I understand how YouTube works, and all I'd ask is that you smash the like button, and if you enjoy these, give them a share, tell your friends about it. And I honestly just want to be that guy on YouTube that gives out DIY information and context so that DIYers can think for themselves. There's lots on YouTube where you're like, oh, how do I fit that kitchen worktop? And someone's like, get a square, get a saw, cut this joint for this joint, and then pair this joint with this joint. Congratulations, you've caught a fish. I'm trying to teach people how to fish so that I can give DIYers context and information on 1, what I'm doing, and 2, why I'm doing it. Then I think slowly, as the people watch the channel and see more of the channel, then they can learn to think for themselves. And then when they're in the situation and they're like, oh, that Chippy's talking about electrical work again. When they may not mean to, they might just be decorating, but they'll pull the faceplate forwards and they'll be like, again, not that I'm the person really to listen to, I should get Mitch doing it. Mitch should start his own channel. Yeah,
I've been told that quite a few times now.
If you think Mitch should start his own channel, like vlogging or just one video a month uploading something, comment below MSH Electrical.
Yeah, I'm going to get pressured into doing this, aren't I?
You do whatever you want, man. So many people in the community would love to see you do it. It's up to you, man. The biggest thing I'll say to you about doing it is enjoy it. And I can obviously appreciate and see that turning up like this, you get to enjoy it. I get all the work of editing it, and you're still on it.
And I go away at the end of the day and go, yeah, that was all right. Well, you're still sitting there editing.
Yeah. Yeah, it's cool, but yeah, no, with my channel, honestly, as long as you guys watch the videos, you smash the like button and you enjoy it, I don't ask for any more. I just want to be known as the guy on YouTube that helps DIYers.
I don't think people realise how much work is involved in YouTube.
Definitely.
I
can hold my hands up to underestimating it.
Yeah. Well, I see you and you're always editing and you're always doing something to do with YouTube. I'm like, oh man, I always thought
probably puts you off, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. I always thought that, yeah, YouTubers, they do this and they do that and they do a little bit of editing and that's it. Whereas, no, it's hours and hours and hours of sitting there editing and coming up with new content and filming that new content and filming it twice because either it wasn't good enough or something happened or whatever. There's so much involved in it. And after seeing you do it, I've got a new respect for YouTubers and how much work they actually put in. It's a lot more than I ever thought. And I was aware that they had to sit there for a few hours and edit it, but I didn't realise how much.
I'll show you, I won't show the camera. How much do you think I make from YouTube? So you can say it out loud, and then I'll turn my phone around.
Are we talking about a month?
Just in general.
What, so a year? At what period of time? A month, a year, a day?
Just say every video. What's every video currently worth to me, do you think? Every time I upload a video and post, some of them are 10 minutes and some of them are like 30.
What do I think you should be getting for them? And what do I think you actually get for them?
Yeah.
So I think you should be getting like a good at least 100 quid for a video, if not 200 quid, just because the amount of work that goes into it. Like if you was to do that work,
that's without the camera equipment I've invested in.
No investments, just the hours invested in filming and editing and whatnot. For that period of time, if you was to work, you'd earn way more than 100. You know,
triple, quadruple.
Getting on for a couple hundred quid. So that's what I think you should be earning. What I think you actually earn, I don't know, maybe 50 quid a video.
So it's dropped.
Yeah.
It's come down. Because I've stepped off the gas. Those people that have followed me a long while, I was struggling. I was really struggling to keep up with 3 videos a week. I can quite literally sit here and say I had no life for 365 days last year. Every part of my life was, YouTube.
Yeah.
And it genuinely was, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Whether I was like at a hobby with airsoft.
Yeah.
And even if it wasn't related to airsoft, I was like, I could film that and I could make that for airsoft. Or, just in general, when I was doing something, I just related it back to YouTube and then made it YouTube content.
It's a lot of work, mate, and that's nowhere near enough money.
So, there you go, video performance. That's the kind of money I'm making per video.
Yeah, you see, it's crazy because...
I tell you what, I'll show the camera. Comment below what you think my videos make. And then in a second, this is what I make. Just make sure the camera can see it. There you go, guys. It's really, really, really not a lot.
You've got to rely on your own motivation because you can't have the money as the motivator because it's nowhere near enough money. You know, that wouldn't even pay for the finance on the camera equipment if you had to finance a camera to do.
It wouldn't come close to covering finance on the bag that carries the camera equipment.
Yeah. So you've got to have so much motivation for such a long period of time because it's not like a few videos and you've made it. You've got to put videos out for years until you make it. Yeah. That's a long time to have
nothing.
You know, rely on motivation.
It's similar. It's very similar to the gym.
Yes.
It's delayed gratification.
Yes.
But again, I will hold my hands up and say, I would like this to be a bit of a pension because obviously pensions nowadays are like rubbish. But I'm not going to depend on it. If I get to like 50 and I'm doing this and it's not looking like it's going to be anything, I won't ever stop. I'll still do it because I enjoy it. I just won't go so hard at it. I won't have a schedule. I won't have a routine to be doing it. It will just be hobbies, fun, and it will be what it will be. But I've followed YouTubers like Tom Pemberton since he was at like 32,000 followers, I think, maybe even 15,000 followers back in 2014.
Yeah.
Like when I first started like properly in construction, I remember I'm a carpenter, builder, tradie, and when I go to YouTube, I love watching agriculture.
Yeah.
What do you go to when you watch YouTube? What's your go-to?
So mine changes. Like my music taste changes from time to time. I just like cheap, easy dopamine. So like, I'll just watch some car content or game content, stuff like that. Like, there's a lot of sometimes I do get into like builders content. Like I really like watching people do like big extensions, like from the groundworks to the final finishes. I quite enjoy watching that. But I go in and out of love with that sort of content from time to time.
Do you find there's a certain stage on every build where you fall out of love because it gets a bit more information and boring, or just in general, randomly?
Once you start getting into the decorating stage.
Let's make that one roll, and we'll just tap to focus on Mitch. Right, we're back. Apologies, guys. I think the batteries on the camera went then. But yeah, you're saying like you lose interest like when it comes to decorating at the end.
Yeah, I'm someone I like big projects, and while an extension might not be a huge project, it's still quite sizable. That attracts me for some reason. Like, yeah, it's just YouTube is funny for me. Like, I don't watch any TV anymore. Pretty much, I haven't touched a TV in such a long time because YouTube is my TV.
Yeah,
but my tastes change quite frequently to what I want to watch.
fair.
I don't really watch a lot of small scale construction stuff. This is probably why I haven't had a great deal of motivation to do my own videos, because it's not the sort of content that I would watch.
Yeah, I can see
Like
that.
I used to watch like Nick Bundy electrical and all that sort of stuff, just doing like rewires and electrical stuff. But I don't know, like after a while I got bored of it. It's kind of like this. While each job is different, it's the same sort of content, and eventually I just kind of got a little bit bored of the content. So that was that. What sort of stuff do you watch?
So I'm heavily into my farming because, long story short, for the viewers, both grandparents were in agriculture. On my dad's side, my granddad fought a little bit in the Suez Canal, in like Vietnam, in whatever war that was. I can't think what war that was now. But yeah, heard some stories from war on that side, and on my mum's side, my granddad was born and bred in agriculture, so I grew up heavily around agriculture and farming, and then sort of like lost the connection as I grew older, and basically it come to like 15, 16, leaving school, and they were like, "What do you want to do, boy?" And I was like, "I don't know, suppose I'm all right at this." Stuck with it, basically. I'm very good, much like the YouTube, I'm very good for, if I think to myself, oh yeah, I'm going to do it, that's it, I'll just do it. I like, very autistically, just day in, day out, that's what I do. I don't think about it, I don't question whether it's this, that or the other, until I get a better offer. So like, I was quite happy just, on the books. And then I was like, no, I'm bored with this commute. I'm fed up losing all this time. I think I want to be self-employed. So then I started talking to people about self-employment, and I've just noticed in my head how much I waffle and how much I go off subject, because the question was, what do I watch on YouTube?
Yeah, but that's the idea of a podcast, though, isn't it?
Yeah, this is an absolute random waffle first-timers podcast. But so like, my YouTube, love watching my motorbikes. Used to love my motorbikes, but never for me again. I can't trust myself. It's more, I can't trust myself than anything.
I might get my A2, CBT and A2. I was looking at it yesterday.
Yeah.
Get myself a bike.
What bikes appeal to you?
Sports bikes. I don't know if you call them super sports bikes, but I was looking at like a, is it Kawasaki R3?
That's super sport.
Is it
Yeah.
Kawasaki R3? So it's 3.
No, sorry, that's not Kawasaki HR1 and HR2. I think are like version 1 and 2. They're litre bikes. Sorry, R3 is a 300.
It's a 321cc. So I don't know the definition, well, the difference between sports bike or super sport. I thought it was like the body, the way the body is like. But either way, yeah. So I don't want nothing crazy powerful. I don't want like a 600 or nothing. I can't get 600 anyway.
Why's that?
Because I need 2 years on my A2 license. So you've got CBT,
Right.
then you've got A1, which is 125. Then you've got A2. It doesn't go by litre. It goes by kilowatt power.
So you're restricted to 84 brake horsepower.
On an A1, you can have 15 kilowatt, I think it is. And then on an A2, you go up to 25 to 35 kilowatt. And an R3 at 320cc is 31 kilowatt of power. So I can have up to 35.
Right. So 35, I think, is 80 horsepower.
Or, I don't know, don't quote me. But after 2 years of having your A2, you could then get full unrestricted.
Direct, or you have to do another test?
I don't know. Maybe direct. Maybe it's an experience thing. I don't know. I doubt you'd have to do another test. If you can ride a bike, you can ride a bike. But
well, I know I was the last generation to get direct access. So I've done my motorcycle license at 18, and then never touched the handlebars until 21. And stereotypically, like the dangers are, I've fed and fueled into the stereotypical idiot on a motorbike. I never went out in like a tracksuit, but I'd go out in jeans and like thick hoodies.
Yeah, a hoodie wouldn't last too long on asphalt.
No, mate, even textiles don't when they catch stuff and they pull them off you.
Yeah, even like a leather jacket, because it's not built like a proper motorbike leathers.
No.
I reckon you'd go through a leather jacket in very little time.
So you wouldn't go through it, but the danger with two-piece versus, say, a one-piece suit is the one-piece suit quite literally ties everything in. So it doesn't matter where you go on the road or what way you fall or whether you like barrel roll or slide, nothing can separate. Whereas with a two-piece, if that middle zip breaks or you're only wearing the top or only wearing the bottom, they can separate. That centre point is dependent on whether you're travelling down the road or up the road or whatever way you're facing.
I expected like proper motorbike leathers to be made of different stuff though, like proper thick, durable leather. Whereas a jacket might just be thinner leather, you know, when you're going 100 mile an hour and you come off and you're sliding on your elbow, that leather jacket might only give you a second or two before that wears away, whereas a motorcycle leather might last you until you come to a stop.
Yeah, stuff like GP suits, they'll be like 3mm leather.
Yeah, and then they'll have like pads.
Yeah, they'll have big pads.
Plastic.
Some of them have airbags now, so like if you become more than a metre from the bike, or if you get like a little tag, and if that tag gets torn, and you'll literally see the GP boys, they go like from there, they're like 4 inches from hitting the ground, and then they inflate, and then
yeah, a little Michelin men.
Like a little I'll have to insert a little clip, and they bounce down the road, almost.
I never ever touched a bike at all until this year when I went to Thailand and sat on the back of a bike. But other than that, I've never even sat on a bike.
What bike did you sit on?
A little 125 or something like that. Little going around the cities.
You could have a 125 today.
I need to do a test. I need to do my A1. I need to do my CBT.
I think you can ride a 125 now because you own a full...
CBT gives you up to 50cc, and then an A1 gives you a 125. I might be wrong on that.
No.
But
you can ride a 125 on a car licence after 17.
Maybe.
Or you used to be able to. Don't know that to be fact today.
Yeah.
I'll have to Google some facts and we'll insert a clip.
But yeah, I've never even sat on a bike. I've got no idea how to ride. What does anything, like, all I know is you twist to go and you brake to stop, but I think one of them is your clutch as well, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know this stuff. I've never even sat on a bike, and apart from being on the back of one.
You make me want to go out and buy a motorbike just to sit you on it.
Well, yeah, me and Victor might buy bikes together and have a little bit of fun. But yeah, I really have the appeal of getting on a bike and just having a little bit of fun. But it's the thing, I only want like a 300cc bike. I don't want a 600 and end up killing myself. I want to have a little bit.
The 300. Personally, it's not fact. Personally, in my opinion, up until a point of, say, probably 600, 750, anything below that, the lower you go, the more dangerous. And equally, once you go above 600, 750, the higher you go, the more dangerous. So yeah, like litre bikes, yeah, it's very, very easy to kill yourself. But they I would say litre bikes, depending on the mindset and the rider, a litre bike is safer than a 125. and I'll give you context and I'll give you an example, the amount of people that get knocked off scooters and 125s in the road user's defence, not the rider's defence, the young riders think too fast and they jump out in traffic and they get squished like bugs across windscreens on roundabouts, say. But if you had a litre bike, whoom, and you're away, and you can power out of danger. Not that you should ever put yourself in danger, because you should always ride responsibly. But yeah, there's been situations where I'm on like a 3-lane motorway, say around Kings Lynn. There's massive roundabout, lights at like every bit. You can do your shoulder checks, sort of look where everyone is, and like you shouldn't, but you can go from lane 3 to lane 1 quicker than a Ferrari. Like, doesn't, unless it's a Porsche GTR S3, and then you can hear it's about to launch off the line. And again, even subject to the time of day, the weather, and the rider, the weight of the rider, a motorcycle potentially can still pull away from a car with launch control. And then depending on the run. That set of lights, the 4-wheel drive has got the grip. But once you get out of first gear and you've got traction, you're over the bars, that is a missile until you let go of that throttle.
Maybe I'll change my opinion to that after I get my 300 and I want a bit more power.
You'll outgrow a 300 in minutes.
But I'm thinking of someone who's never even sat on a bike before. You know, like I want to get the experience on the road. I don't want to sit in stupid places. Like I see so many bikes behind me sitting like a millimetre away. And if I so much as touch that brake pedal, they're going into the back of me. Or like people risk it in such small spaces. I'm too old for that now. I don't need to get past everything as quick as possible. Like I'll just wait for a safe time. Like in my cars, when I was younger, I used to take so many risks.
Yeah.
Stupidly. Now I don't care about getting to my destination 3 seconds quicker and taking that risk. Like I'll just wait till it's a little bit more open and then go, and I'm happy with that. But there's a different type of enjoyment that I'm looking for. Yeah, I hope 300 will probably be enough of that.
Yeah, definitely. I can tell you the most fun I've had is at 30 mile an hour, maybe in villages on the coastal line, holding it at 30 mile an hour and hacking through like tight, twisty roads. I'm trying to give you an example. But yeah, like say like Holt, is it on the Norfolk coast, all round, from like Felixstowe docks, riding around the coast all the way up to Hunstanton, and then back through Lynn, and then back over this way towards Cambridge. Around the coast, mate, and on some of the sweeping bends, just sat there at 30 mile an hour, 50 mile an hour, is obviously dangerous because I can't see what's around the corner. But I'm aware of that. Yeah. I'm prepared to jump. Yeah,
the more you talk about it, the more I'm like, I just ain't interested in the risks. I ain't interested in going around blind corners and going 100 mile an hour. Because if I come off, mate, I'm dead, and I've got too much mortality for that now that I'm just like, it's not worth it. I just want to sit on a bike and have a little bit of fun when it's safe. And that's cool for me. That's cool for me now. Just enjoy the bike. But
if Moto, if you're watching this podcast, man, drop your thoughts below on motorcycles, because I know you do your reviews on motorcycles. And if anyone wants to hear some reviews and see some motorcycle action, go check out Moto Go Yo on YouTube. He follows my channel, so I'm going to shout him out since we're talking about motorbikes.
But no matter what, I've got to ride something not too powerful for 2 years anyway, no matter what.
Yeah, because you're going to have that restriction.
So 35 kilowatt. I mean, like I said, the R3 was 31 kilowatt, so I've only got a little bit more power than that to go.
Your 300, your 450s are going to be like that 30 horsepower.
Yeah, you can probably get them limited. You can probably get a bigger bike but have it limited.
Yeah. Officially
limited. And then be able to ride it. But then I don't know what the experience on that bike limited will be. It might be better having a smaller bike and being able to absolutely.
So they can like there's certain limits to their limitations. You know, you couldn't go out tomorrow, buy a Ducati with 230 horsepower, say, and 160 kilos, and all of a sudden restrict it to 34 horse.
5 kilowatt, yeah.
Yeah, 35 kilowatt, say 85 brake, whatever that works out to be. It just clog and carbon up the engine. As much as it's electronically possible to demap, say, you just kill the bike. You're much better off just picking the bike under 85 horsepower. Most 600s are going to struggle, unless they're sports bikes. Most 600s are going to struggle to get over 80 horsepower.
I think it's cheap fun as well, a bike.
Definitely.
Like, you can buy a nice bike for 3 or 4 grand.
Yeah.
Like, used, a couple of years old, sports bike, really, like, I was looking at the R3s, to me anyway, they're such a nice looking bike. And you've got slightly different taste in bike with your MT-09. What I like in bikes, they're just cheap. Like, even brand new, I think they're like, is it 6 grand, 7 grand? For a brand new item, that's cheap. I mean, a brand new car is going to cost you like 10 times that.
I just heard everyone in the comments, as soon as you mentioned I was an MT-09 rider, they all went, oh, that sums him up.
Yeah. I'll say no more.
Everybody knows everyone that rides an MT is a hooligan.
I won't incriminate you. Oh, it's all in the past now anyway, but it'll be a fun little hobby.
Right then, guys, that's it for this little episode today. We're going to end it there. Don't forget to click subscribe, ring the little bell and stay tuned for upload notifications. Pretty please smash the like button on this. And all I nicely ask is, if you enjoy this waffle, this chat, these different things me and Mitch here are talking about, then just drop a share. And
put in the comment section questions that you want us to talk about. Like, you got a question for us to answer for you, pop it in the comments and we'll bring it up, talk about it, talk about your opinion, and yeah.
Right, guys, thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next one. Peace. Bye-bye.